Well, good morning. It's June 1st, 2024. I've gotten a few more trees planted over here, and I believe I've got my lift out so that this track works good. We'll see here as we go across it. A few more trees planted here. Now, I didn't just remake this lift out, set it in there, and everything is perfect. I've had some derailments, I've had some conductivity issues, so I've been tweaking those rather than have you go through all of that. I'll tell you that I did that, and then when the train is off from it, I'll show you the ways that I have been able to adjust it. So this batch of cars anyway, it goes across fine, and it does go across fine in the other direction as well. So I will pause the train. One of the tweaks, the last one, was that I was getting a derailment on the near rail, because it wasn't quite high enough on the lift out, but overall the lift out was fine. So just a one playing card thickness under this side did it. So now I'll take an X-Acto knife, trim this all off so that when I put ballast on here, the playing card will all be covered up and won't be an issue. And I'm going to set the camera down for a minute, and then I'll show you the other adjustment options. So again, I have these screws which are kind of helping the glue hold the top to these risers or supports, whatever you want to call them, but I had to bring that screw out just ever so slightly so that this side lined up, and the same is true on the other side. I've got 4 screws, as I think I mentioned earlier, so that I can fine-tune this. So that's one of my accomplishments, I'll call it that, this week. I obviously have the other track to put on, and another accomplishment is in Samanthaville. I have laid out a combination of track and roadbed. I just lay it out there, and I find that, yeah, I've got any rail, but it's very hard for me to see, quote unquote, what spaces I have for industries and so forth. But if I actually use real rail, roadbed, and my real layout, I can see spaces much better. I have not fastened these in any way. They're not connected together, other than I've got a few 6-foot lengths that I've soldered together. So I can readjust very easily, just pick it up and move it. And once I like the looks of it, and I've been through, this is probably the 4th, at least the 4th concept for Samanthaville. But once I get to where I can sit down the next day and, yep, still looks good, and the next day, yep, still looks good, then I will tag it in place, and probably concrete or cement, I should say, the roadbed down with Elmer's glue and water, so it will hold. But if I decide to change it, I just add some more water and it loosens up and I can readjust it. But I'll glue the roadbed down. I will small nail the track down, get the wiring done, see how things actually run, tweak the track like I did on the layout here until everything runs smooth, and then I'll glue the track down to the roadbed with, again, Elmer's glue and water. I like that. It's hard to get it off until I put some water in it. One other accomplishment, coming down from Highland, down along the wall there, I can now come down by the window. I can come down through the corner, through those risers that I built, and then go all the way down to here. I've got power to it. Runs fine without derailments. And let me set this lift out down. And I've run my bus wires through the front here. I brought power up behind that leg. You can't see it, it's not those wires hanging down, but it's in behind. I went under the floor from my control system. It's over under here. So under the floor, came up from the leg and out to the front. And again, I've used my Wago connectors to connect. That feed is all live, and it gives me power, power to this track I was talking about. I've run the bus wires this way. It's not hooked up to the power yet, so it's not live, but it comes all the way around and over to the end. And I've got my Wago connectors in here so that when I go to power the track over here, I just run my feeder wires over to this and click them in, and then I'm all set. So that's the majority of what I've been working on. So hope it's of some interest, and I wish you good luck with your plan A. I hope it comes to fruition today.